Hey guys, Charlie here from Big Rascal BBQ, also known as BR BBQ and Grill, located in Ocala off of exit 354 and I-75. Today's video is the first in the series of the BBQniversity, where I'm going to share with you guys all the little tricks, secrets, this and that I have. But first of all, I wanted to address something. A couple of you guys messaged me and said, "What's wrong? You know, you're not feeling energetic in your last video." I said, "You're right. I was very tired." So, just to put everyone at ease, I'm back, and I'm excited beyond belief to do this series because it lets me interact with you guys more than I already do. It lets me reach a lot more people that I just never get a chance to because I'm always busy doing the daily grind, making sure everything's ready, making sure I'm working in the back of the house, prepping everything. But today's video, we're gonna call it the barbecue basics, because let's be honest, you're probably watching this. If you still are, it's because you're interested in smoking meat. Let's start off with types of smokers. For example, people always come to me, they're embarrassed. They're like, "Oh, I don't have a smoker, this and that." I'm like, you don't need to buy anything fancy. You can start off with one of these $100 Walmart, Home Depot special smokers. You can go with one of the barrel smokers, or you can, if you're well off, you can always buy one of these beauties, you know, an SPK 700, an SPK 500 or a SP 700 on a trailer, a Southern Pride. There's a lot of different brands out there, but I've used them all, and I'm going to tell you something. From the small residential ones to these big ones, I've been able to always come up with the same consistent product, no difference. So don't ever let that deter you. Your initial product may be a little off, but it's like I always tell people, it's like any other tool you use. Once you figure out the kinks in it, you figure out where's the hot zone in there, the high heat zone, when the colder zones are, you can pump out the same high quality grade barbecue out of something tiny, which my mom, my wife, my sister, everyone in my family can attest. I used to do it before I got back in the game. I did it with a small one. There's no difference between any of them. I encourage you to find what you have in your budget. You're going to need some wood. My recommendation is, if you're going to buy one of those small ones, buy wood chips. Figure out what kind of wood you want to use with what kind of meat you want to use. I like to pair applewood, pecan, cherry, mesquite, you name it. Hickory, obviously, that's one of my mainstays. I regularly carry hickory and cherry at the restaurant. My big thing is I always encourage people to use dry wood, dry aged wood. People always say, "But it burns so quick." And I'm like, yes, I understand, but it's been my experience, as well as a lot of other prominent people who I've talked to over the years, that the more dry the wood is, the more seasoned it is, or kiln dried like what I use, the better off your product is going to be, more consistent, because there's going to be less soot. So you don't want soot, you know, you don't want that kind of a sooty smoke, you know, penetrating your product. Let's see. The wood, you're going to use logs. If you're going to use barrel smoker, probably. But I mean, we've got it at the restaurant. We sell it reasonably priced. You can pick it up at Walmart, wherever. So my suggestion is buy a different medley of woods. Make sure they're dry. Make sure they're aged correctly, and have fun with it. Try the different combinations, because you will get different flavor penetrating the meat. So by now, you guys are probably thinking, "Man, Charlie's talking fast." Yes, I'm sorry. Charlie has to learn to not get excited, you know, and start running through at 200 miles per hour. But the reality is, I'm sorry, guys. I get excited, and there's two things that make me amped up and excited. One is my wife, who I love dearly, and B, it's doing what I'm passionate about, and that's barbecue. Last but not least, I always tell people, figure out if you want to use a rub, a basting sauce. Dry rubs, they're great. I love them. I use it on my brisket. I have one of my chicken recipes uses it. My wings, I use dry rub. Try and think. Sometimes on my butts with special recipes, I use dry rub. Same thing with the collars. It's just, there's different rubs for different meats. Personally, me, for ribs, I love using basting sauce, because my basting sauce gives us such a good flavor already out of the smoker, that when the product is finished, you literally throw it on the grill to finish it off, and then you just glaze it with a nice, sweet, robust glaze, and it's ready to go from there. But we sell a lot of the stuff at the restaurant. But I would encourage you, you can YouTube, you can Google, you can find a bunch of different recipes, and trial and error. You cannot, the only thing I want to pep you up on and make you realize is don't be embarrassed. You're doing this in your home. I'm doing it with you. So don't be embarrassed. Give it a shot. You're going to have a good time. And what's the worst that happens? Your product isn't as good as, let's say, what you were hoping. It's still going to be phenomenal. You're still going to be proud that you did it yourself as a beginner. And honestly, the secret's safe with me. I'm not going to tell anyone. So don't be afraid. You can share with me. So in summary, guys, we need a smoker, wood, and we need a dry rub or basting sauce recipes. You might want to start digging those up. And other than that, just remember, bring your patience and time. As long as you do that, and obviously you got the passion, because you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't passionate about this. So on that note, I look forward to smoking with you hands-on in our next episode. Thanks so much.